So, welcome to this week's episode of Women in Business exclusive interview. I'm really proud to have a fabulous lady called Ruth Rood on the call today, and Ruth is just fabulous. Okay,
Thank you.
I'm gonna do a quick introduction about Ruth, and then we're gonna hand over to Ruth. So, Ruth is 67, right? What a fabulous age! And Ruth is a WIBN franchisee. So Ruth runs groups in her local area, and she's been doing this for 18 years. And there is no stopping, Ruth. There is no such thing as retiring because when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work, right? And
Absolutely.
there's some more fabulous news that Ruth only started her next stage of life when she was in her 40s, when all the kids didn't need her anymore. So this is a beautiful session, I think, about it is never too late. And if you do what you love, why stop? So welcome, Ruth. So
Thank you, Susie.
tell us a little bit about you, where you are, what made you start networking with women.
I am in Buckers in Essex, which is West Essex. I sort of fell into it. It was really random. Once my youngest went to secondary school, I wasn't needed anymore. And well, not for the daily school runs and things, and didn't know what to do myself. So I trained as a life coach, which I loved, looked for somewhere to promote myself and found WIBN, went to a meeting, and I was so blown away by the support and the camaraderie and the love in the room that I bought a franchise, as you do.
Yeah, snap. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there wasn't a group in my area. The one I went to wasn't a million miles away. It was only about half an hour in the car, but I wanted one local and there wasn't one. So I bought a franchise. And in those days, you had to have 5 groups up and running within a certain length of time. So I did. And then you just meet the most incredible women. Um, and it's the it's the amazing love
Mm.
everybody has, and they want to help each other, and the collaborations and the, I mean, my members have done amazing things. Half a dozen of them went off to play golf, learn how to play golf, and then they did raise money for different charities playing golf. I mean, that would never have happened if they hadn't met through networking. So there's lots of other spin-offs as well, and growth, and watching people's businesses grow and change and evolve. It's just such a privilege, really is.
And I guess that's why after 18 years, you're still doing this. You're still a women franchisee and just love running the groups and just love your members.
Definitely. I want to help as many people as I possibly can see how networking can help and grow not only their business, but them as well. Watching people's confidence grow.
Yeah.
They come into a meeting and it's like the first day at school, isn't it, when you're
Yeah.
5 years old? They're a little bit nervous and they're very unsure and walking into a room full of strangers. And then gradually they absolutely blossom, which is
So do
beautiful because the
you,
more confident you are in yourself, the more confidence you're exuding as a business owner, and then the more business comes back to you.
so are you still a life coach? Do you still run that as your business or
No,
just run Wibbin now as your main business?
I just run WIBN now, and I leave the coaching to other
Yeah,
members.
yeah. And how many groups do
Yeah,
you have now?
seven,
And how
seven.
many?
So I've got 6 in person and 1 national online.
Mhm. And how many members do you have?
Oh, that's a very good question.
You've not done your monthly
Mid,
stats.
yeah, conversations. I think I've got 72 at the moment.
Well done. That's amazing. And
Yeah,
is there
thank
any
you.
stopping for you, or is this just a way of life for you?
I, so sort of you think, oh, maybe I don't know, too old, but then the thought of retirement is quite terrifying. It's like, what would I do? What
Yeah.
would I do? I see friends
Yeah.
retiring and their world sort of shrinks rather.
Mm,
And I don't want that for me.
no.
So yeah,
And I'm the same. So I remember saying to my business coach, like, I just want to earn loads of money and do nothing. But
Yeah,
loads of money for me is different to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? I think what I really mean is
absolutely.
just to be comfortable and be able to say yes to anything. And when I say do nothing, I mean what brings me joy. And I think the same for you, running networking groups and seeing all these fabulous women who have taken this courageous step into saying yes to them and their business and start networking. That's just joy, isn't it? That's just joy. And
Definitely.
we my husband knows he doesn't do people. He's not a people person. He says you can do all the peoply stuff. And I know for a fact if I haven't got the people fix, um, yeah, your world will just shrink. And it brings me as much joy as it does them. And I don't think it's WIBN is my future as well. It ticks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get to help people, and it is a business, so it's not just all about running groups. We also have to do your sales piece, the marketing piece, the customer services piece, the customer journey piece. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the follow-ups, checking in with people. So it is a business as well that you get to do all the what I call the good stuff in business.
Yeah, but it's a people business, isn't it? And sometimes if excuse me, if someone's not very well and they've not come to a meeting, say to them, "Oh, look, so and so's not feeling great today." Pop them a message on the WhatsApp, and they get a bit. It shows that everyone's still thinking about them, even though they're. I mean, you weren't very well last week, and
And
it's really
all I
nice to
did
get a little.
It's good to reach out because that's what WIBN is. It's that beautiful space where you can reach out and ask for help. It's not all about just show up when everything's going well. It's having the knowing it's okay to show up when things aren't going so well, and that support that you get. Like I had to cancel some meetings, and I asked my WIBN franchisees because we all are in a WhatsApp group as well. Who could help me out? Someone can cover this meeting for me. And that's what I love about WIBN because when I left corporate, I missed that like that peer to peer, that peer
Yeah,
to peer support and growth element, and who I could call upon if I had a problem. And that's what I love about women because we are all we don't have to see each other. Do you remember we see each other probably once a year, don't we, at an
yeah.
annual conference? But it doesn't matter.
When we're like this,
You don't have to be next to each other or see each other to have that connection.
definitely, that's something that I love. That it's not only the support that the members have for each other, and we give them and vice versa. It's the support we have for each other. Anyone got a problem, pop it on the group. Someone will bound to have come across that before, no matter what it is. And we can, there's always little pieces of advice here and there, and you'll give us a ring or whatever. So we support each other in a as in as brilliant a way as we support our members and they support each other. So that comes from the top down.
Yeah.
We
Culture,
have to
definitely.
we model that culture between each other, and
Yeah.
then it drips down to all the members as well, because that's what we exude and give off is how we can help each other, and whatever we can do to help each other if humanly possible. And there's often things that our members use me like a directory. Have we got someone in the network who does?
Yeah.
And if we haven't got them in our own, we can ask our colleagues and say, okay, have you got a member who does this? I've got a
Yeah.
member who wants that. And
Yeah. And that's what we are. We all do that for each other. Like our members don't realise that this all goes on. Do you know what I mean? I think members might
probably
just
not
see all they see is when we attend and show
turn
up
up for the
at the
meeting.
meeting. But it's all happening in the background. We are all working on behalf of our members, aren't we? And even so when members move, there's a lady who's in one group in Preston and she's moved closer to me. And as a franchisee, we just want our members to be somewhere within WIBN, isn't it? So as
Yeah,
long as we've
definitely.
got somewhere where they can go and we'll just, hey, someone, and she reached out to me, look, she's moving closer to you. It pains me to let her go, but she just needs to be somewhere near you. Now, you've been networking for 18 years.
Mm,
Have you seen, and my question is networking dead?
no,
Do you think networking is dead or is it still got legs? Is it still,
it.
got a
it's
future.
definitely, as long as there are people with businesses,
Mhm.
then it's still got legs, because people need to reach out to each other, and to get the message out about their business. Um, so I must tell you this story. I spoke to a delightful young lady who, bless her heart, she just started a business, and she said, I've got a website, I've built a website, and I'm on WhatsApp and Facebook, but I'm not getting customers and clients. So there's more to do.
Mhm.
That's not the end of it. That's not the end of your marketing. Networking is a marketing
Yeah.
tool. It's a way to get you. If people don't know what to look for, they can't find you.
Yeah. And I say that, so I ring everybody before they come to my groups. I give them a call because I want to find out a little bit more about them and the business. I want to point them in the right direction, give them some of all our experience and knowledge, some hints and tips of what they might want to be doing. But networking is, well, it's marketing, and it has to be a priority on your marketing list to do.
Mm,
Social media is needed, but I think it's equally as important. It's a backup, so people will come and see you at networking, and they'll go and find who you are on social media. But when you go into a room full of women, nice women, who also understand the power of networking, are interested in you, they want the best for you, we become your salespeople. We become your greatest cheerleaders, your
definitely.
advocates, and your salespeople. So when you're at home sleeping, or you're on holiday with the kids, or you're poorly in bed, when we go out and about to different places, our ears are flapping because I'm always like, someone needs some help. I know someone can help you with that, right? We're your greatest salespeople, and we're thinking about you all the time.
And I find the members are thinking about each other as well.
Mm.
You hear that a lot. Oh, did you get the did so and so ring you?
Yes.
Have they got in touch? Because you're always helping each other. And I mean, there are lots of businesses that naturally can collaborate with each other
Mm.
and pass business between each other. But equally, you're listening to what people are saying all the time, what their problems are, and what their needs are. And if you can recommend someone, this is something I say a lot. If you can recommend somebody wholeheartedly that you can trust, the winner is the client or the customer. You look good because you've recommended somebody great, and you're a trusted person, because your clients' contacts and referrals will, often people have customers that will ask you for things that are completely outside your remit. But if you know a woman who can, you'll pass their details on. So you look good as somebody who has an answer to all their problems. The person you're referring is happy days. They've got somebody they can help, and they've got a piece of business. But the main winner is the client,
Yeah.
because they've got a problem solved.
And that's what I know when I ring when I ring people, okay, and ask them, why do you want to network? I always ask that question, why do you want to network?
Yeah, I do.
Um,
What are you looking for? What are you looking to get from networking?
And there's two people who say, I know it's important to grow my business and my visibility. I go, tick. And somebody else might say, because I want to grow my network and be able to introduce people to my clients. I'm like, they're big green ticks. But you know
Mm,
what? There are some red flags, and I think I want to call it out now. There's some people who will say to me, or before I ask that question, they'll go, before I come, can you tell me who's attending? Can you tell me who's
yeah,
in the room? And I go, I can. So I do, there's a business coach, there's an accountant, or like, a Herbalife lady or a Tropic lady. And she go, they're not I don't think they're my kind of people, they're my clients. I'm like, really? I don't understand how you'd know that, because who
you've never met them.
you don't know who they know. Do you know what I mean? You don't know who they know. You don't know who I know. You don't know who they know. And that's when you go networking, you are connecting to all their knowledge, all
Mm,
their contacts. Do you know what I mean? It's better than, well, it's powerful. LinkedIn's the same, isn't it? But you're connecting to all their knowledge and all their contacts, because who I am today, representing this business in this room, doesn't represent who I've been in the past. So I
yeah,
instantly, that's a red flag for me. I just go,
definitely. People come with a closed mind, then they're not the sort of people who are going to help other people. They're just going to see, how can you help me? I want business from the people in the room. They don't
Yeah.
understand. It's not who are you, which one of you is going to use me? It's
Yeah.
this is what I'm looking for. Who do you know?
Yeah.
Who do you know is looking for this? And the more specific you are about what you're looking for, the easier it is for people to help.
It's so true because we know a lot of information. It's all stored in our brain, but we can't remember all of it. So someone's in the subconscious. And if you say a certain word or
Yeah,
phrase, it goes, oh, I know that. Do you know what I mean? And that's why when we do our monthly minute, we're going to talk about monthly minutes now, because I'm going to ask you a question about what probably frightens people about coming networking. But when you can change your monthly minute and just ask your call to action can be different and specific, can't it? Because it will
it's
just
got
like,
to be.
it'll go into our
It's
filing system and go, oh, I know someone.
exactly. Exactly. It's got to be specific. You can't have a general, I'm looking for anyone who,
Mhm.
because that nobody pings into your head, do they? But
No.
if you say, I'm looking for hay fever sufferers, ping, you know
Oh, that's
someone.
me. I'm
There
like,
you go. But but that's how specific you've got to be. And you can change it every month. And also when you're having your one-to-ones with people, another thing we've got to talk about because that's super important. Um, you can talk about everything and anything and cover all your whole business and what all the people that you're looking for. But you've got to be as specific as that when you go to a meeting, because immediately somebody pings into your head and you think, oh yeah, I know somebody. All right, I'm looking for people who can't sleep at night. Ping,
yeah, people who
you know
wake up
someone.
at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, shit. So, right. What do you think stops people from coming networking with WIBN or networking in general?
In networking in general,
Yeah.
two things. Walking into a room where they don't know anybody,
Mm.
still terrifying.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old you are. So thinking that everybody else is knows each other so well, and you're the only one who doesn't know anybody, and thinking they have to stand up and recite a monthly minute off by heart. No, 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 no. So it doesn't matter if you read your monthly minute out. It doesn't matter as long as you get your message across. But you're the only one of that profession in the room. You're the expert in the room. If you forget to say something, don't beat yourself up about it. You say it next time, or while you're having lunch, you're talking about it, or or before when you're doing the or before or afterwards when you're just chatting to people. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to call you out and say, oh, you forgot to say X, Y, Z.
And I think that comes from corporate because, like,
Yeah,
I was ex-corporate, and if you send an email wrong, I was like pulled into the office. If I said people would complain about you, I don't like what Susan said. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, right? I was always in the office, right?
but you're always on the naughty step.
I'm like, say what you see. Anyway, but there's none of that because you're the, like you say, you're the expert, and we all, when someone's nervous, we all like, it's like watching young children, is it? We're all like, when people are walking, you know, like when babies are trying to walk for the first time, we're not
Yeah,
going, you didn't do it right. You know,
didn't do it. Get back to crawling.
yeah, you're shit. You'll always be shit at walking. Sorry.
But don't you think in so okay, in the corporate world when you network, you're networking with your peers and other people in a specific industry. So yes, they will know if you forget to say something, if you're delivering a presentation. They'll all know if you've forgotten something because they know the subject as well as you do. But when you come networking at WIBN especially, because we're a one profession per group, nobody's going to know if you've missed something out, and you say it next time or say it another time. No one's going to call you out or 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 think anything really.
No,
So they're
we look at
interested
you.
in what you have said, not telling you off for what you haven't
Yeah.
said.
And we know that it's your first time and we'll support you. We'll just clap, like,
Exactly.
because it's just well done for coming. Like,
And if you're not nervous, it would be really, and everybody is, but just some people hide it better than others.
yeah. So I've got so comfortable because I've been with WIBI now 5 years. I can't believe it's been 5 years, right?
Goes so quick, doesn't it?
Isn't it? But I went to a new event, non-WIBIN, all new people, and I felt that nervousness. I thought, oh my God, this is how people feel.
Yeah.
I've not felt it myself because I just network within WIBN now because all nice women, just nice women. I don't do all the other kind of stuff now. I don't put myself in situations where I might feel uncomfortable because we all like to protect ourselves, and I do that too. But I do the research first. But I was going to this one networking event because I was invited, and it was all female, so I felt safe. But then I was worried, like, what do I say?
Mm,
That informal chit chat, I must admit, but I have coping mechanisms. So the first thing I do is get do what makes you feel good. So I put a nice frock on that makes me feel good. And I just go into the room and I smile. That's all my advice to everybody. Smile and ask that person about them. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because if you don't want to speak, it's ask that person about them, isn't it? And then just listen, and then eventually you'll be able to say something.
Yeah, because somebody will ask you something back in return, and then everybody's relaxed.
And then my other goal when I go networking to not have that overwhelmingness is I just have one goal, and it's I'm just going to meet one new person.
Mm.
If I meet one new person today, not just any random person, but like there'll always be someone you meet that you are naturally drawn towards, or you know what I mean, who you'll just and if that is achieved every time I go networking, then that is the big tick, the big goal. Whereas I think other people think that that's where they're going to get the £1 million client from. Do you know what I mean? Or do you know what I mean? I'm going to go networking once and my life will be fabulous.
Yes, just throw business cards hither and thither, go home and wait for the phone to ring. It
Yeah.
doesn't work like that,
No,
does it? It's the follow up, follow up, follow up with people and connecting on social media and having a chat, not just connecting and sending a message. Lovely to meet you. Something like that. Something and there's a reference point for how you've met and building it's building relationships, isn't it? Basically.
I went to an event once and someone gave me permission. They said something and I thought I'm going to take that with me. It's follow up 5 times in 100 days because you always think to yourself, I've come back from an event. I'm so busy. Oh, it's been a week. Oh, it's been a week. Is that too late now to follow up? Is it? Oh, won't bother. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
100 days to follow up 5 times, is that like once a month or once every 3 months? If you're then connecting with them on social media and they're going to post something, a follow-up could be, oh, do you know what? Yeah, I loved meeting you that day, or do you mean you look fabulous in that?
Great post or something.
Yeah, or invite them to other networking events. So if you're going to other events, or you can just go, hi, hey, I'm going here. I thought it might be interesting. Would you like to come with me? Because that'd be even better, wouldn't it?
Mm.
I've even
Or
met,
I saw this article, thought you might be interested.
I've even met people before. There's one lady reached out to me, and she lives in Warrington, and she said to me, "Oh, I see that you go to the gym. Do you fancy doing a class together?" I'm like, "Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah, let's go and do a class together." Like blowing out of our ass, like, but it's still, I call it a golden thread of
Mm.
relationship. So every time there's an interaction or something like that, you're building that golden thread of a relationship. So when you first meet, it's one thread and then another thread. You know what I mean? So that rope gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And that takes years, but
Time.
you know how fast our life goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't like the
Oh,
year
blink
just
of an
goes
eye.
like,
Blink of an eye. Tell you what I've noticed over the last few years, um, and you find these things out when you go to one-to-ones. I would say 90% of at least 90% of my members are pet owners.
all right,
And of
yeah,
that 90%, 90% of them are dog owners.
yeah, yeah, it's not.
So immediately you've got a connection
Hmm.
because if all else fails, you can talk about the animals. Oh, show us a picture. What have they been up to? Everybody loves to talk about their pets and their children, and so you've got something in common with somebody already that it's not business, but it's more of a friendship, and that's all part of the relationship.
And it's true because I didn't stay in touch with my school friends because they all went off to university and stuff. All my friends have come from work. You know, like when you go to work, you're at work for sometimes 12 hours a day. You leave the house at 7, you're not getting back at 7. So all my friends have come from the work environment. So then I left the work environment, like the old way of earning money, 9 to 5, be miserable, and started my own business in 2020. And then where do you meet people? Where do
Mm,
you meet your new friends? And I'm proud to say that all of my friends now in my that I can reach out to, and I know I can reach out to so many fabulous people, is I've met through networking
yeah,
because that's your new work now. That this is your new way to earn money, how to make friendships. So yeah, networking is about money, business and friendships, definitely.
yeah, definitely. Well, it's all hand in hand, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
and usually when you've started your own business, you are finally aligned, aren't you? Aligned
Yes.
into your purpose and what you're there to do. And then when you go networking, you meet everybody else who's aligned.
So
Yeah.
you're all singing from completely different businesses, but you're thinking along the same lines,
Mhm.
which
So
is that's the WIBN way, isn't it?
yeah, yes. And what what would be your advice to give to someone if they've tried networking before and thought it was a bit ick, or they've never been networking before, but they have a business and they know they need to go? What would be your advice to them?
What I usually say to people, I can't say that to everybody, come and sit next to me and I'll look after you. So it's introduce them to somebody who will look after them and make them feel comfortable because we know it's a scary thing. So I would say for somebody who's been networking and they've run a mile afterwards, did you follow up with anybody? Follow up with everybody. You don't have to, you can have a virtual coffee. I always say to people, if you have a virtual coffee, it's made exactly how you like it.
Yeah.
Always. It's always made how you like it because you've made it yourself. But meet people for a coffee, find out about them, their business, their background, because that's when you find that you've got a lot more in common than just business, like being pet owners, because that's already a connection. And then one story leads on to another. We use so many people's partners for things as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's not just the members, it's their wider circle that 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 benefits from networking as well. So you pay go along to a meeting, and then you're talking about lots of other bits. Maybe your sister does something, or your husband, or your
Yeah.
partner, or whatever. Everybody benefits.
I
Um,
like that saying, everybody wins. Oh, I'm going to write that down. That's a post. That's a
okay.
social media post. I like that. Everybody wins when you go networking.
I think so. I think so. And it's following up with people. Don't wait for the phone to ring. Be the first. So be the first to smile, the first to hold your hand out
Yeah.
and shake someone's hand. And because if you smile, you can't help it. People will smile back. It's a
Catching.
built-in response, isn't it? It is
Yeah.
it is contagious.
Yeah.
So smile and somebody will smile back at you. Um, and don't wait for the phone to ring. Be proactive. Ring somebody or email them and say, "Love to find out more about your business. Let's meet up for a coffee."
Yeah. I get messages like that when someone says, look, I've been watching you on social media. I think you're just fab. I'd love to find out more about you. I'm going to say yes. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
like brilliant. Because I do have you heard of the love languages? The five love languages.
No.
Right. So there's words. So it's what your motivators are. Um um and how you can bring the best out of people. So there's words of affirmation. So if you tell me I need to hear words like you're doing so good, oh thanks very much. You know what I mean? Or written words. There's quality time, so spending time with people, which is like the coffees and stuff like that. There's acts of service, so that's helping people out. Physical touch, so everyone loves a hug. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And tangible gifts, so like little token gestures. So when I'm speaking with people, I always have them five in my little toolkit. And when I know who I'm speaking to and I can work out who they are and what motivates them, I pull them out the back pocket. But for me, I'm words. So if anyone says, "Oh, I think you're fab to have a coffee. I just want to get to know you," I'm like, "Okay, do you mean?"
Definitely got me a coffee.
And a coffee. If you get all of them in, some quality time, get me a treat, cake, and you tell me nice things, I'm like, I'm yours forever. Do you mean
Yeah.
I'm dead easy?
I shall roll over and you can tickle my tummy.
Yeah, I'm just giving all my secrets away now. Yeah, that's all you have to do for me. But we're usually all pretty much the same, aren't we? Yeah,
Oh, I think so. I think so. And if someone's got a nice, wearing something nice, you
you look lovely.
oh, what a lovely colour on you all. Everybody likes a compliment, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Good.
you make people feel comfortable because that's what you would like. Or yeah, it's always good when visitors come. Remember how you felt your first meeting, and you know, treat people accordingly.
So is networking not, has it changed much? Is it anything changed much in the 18 years that you've been networking? Have you seen any difference?
Our model has changed slightly, but it's improved.
Yeah,
And every time we make a change, it's because we're improving it,
yeah,
and we're being not only. I think we've become more flexible with things. Not the basic model, but more flexible with different times that suit different people, because not everybody suits 12 to 2. So, and the fact that we have some online groups only as well, because there are parts of the country that don't have networking, or they're a little bit more remote. So um, it's not always easy to drive an hour. Do you
yeah.
really want to drive an hour to, if that's your closest meeting? So I think every time we change something, we're becoming more flexible to help more people.
And if so, we were talking about members there, but in WIBN, because I didn't know, I was a member for 2 years, and in 2 years I didn't even know that I could actually start my own networking groups. I could actually buy into the
Mm.
WIBN franchise model and start my own groups. So what would be your advice to someone who's maybe thinking about if there's no networking groups near them, or they think, oh, I could do that? What would you say?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it, because because anybody will get support from us, other franchisees, because we want to take over, you know, take over the world
Yeah,
basically,
yeah,
don't we?
yeah,
And help as many business women as possible. And if someone can open a franchise in an area where there is not one, think of all the business women who will have an opportunity to grow their business because you have
you
opened a group.
because you were the
You,
first. It's like all that
yeah,
saying, be the first, take the courageous step.
yeah,
Because there's so many women now are saying no to that life and having the courage to start a business. They know
yeah.
networking is important, so they try and network and think of all the possibly not nice experiences they might be having because there isn't a WIBIN group near them, and then they won't go networking. Do you know what I mean? Because they've
I
tried it,
know.
it's not been the best. So we're calling upon all those women who've got it in them to run their own networking groups to
And run
help
it
all the
how they run it
yeah,
the way they would like. They would have appreciated it
yeah,
run when they had a bad experience.
yeah.
Change, it's changing it, isn't it?
Mhm. Be the first, have the courage to start your own networking groups. Because how many business women need it? Loads.
Yes, there's so many, so many. I know there's all the stats about how many women business owners there are in the country, and we if you we've got to help as many of them as possible to grow and thrive. Not everybody wants to become a multinational corporation, but they want to have a good business that provides for them and their family. You don't have to become a Marks and Spencer or a Sainsbury's or a Ford Motor Car. You don't, but to do well and feel that you are serving as many clients as you can.
And that's what I think that's the difference what WIBIN is. We're all of service, all the members are of service. They're making the world a better place in their
Mm,
unique way. They're creating a positive impact and leaving a lasting legacy, whatever that is, because it's how they've all treated their clients and each other.
definitely,
So
definitely.
thank you very much. We could waffle on for a long,
Do you
long
know, all
time.
day.
Um, so yes, thank you. So if you want to come to a WIBIN group, I'll put the link in the message later. But if you want to just, I always say Google us, but on the internet, it's www.wibin.co.uk, and we'll see you at a meeting.
I'll see you soon as well.